attacking.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Here we go. Yellow, 22.
Young up 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4.
Set, hut. Set, hut.
Here's Hubbard on the give. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, it would really break the backs of the defense.
And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line.
Set.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Set, ready, set.
Running right, here's Hubbard. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. And not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. It's the Panthers in front here at Bank of America. First down run netted them nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Hut, hut.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. That goes for 32 yards. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes.
He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Down. Blue, 32. Set.
Out of the gun, Young. Oh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Ready, ready. Pitch, ready.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. He puts together a nice little 8-yard gain, but it's not enough. They've got 4th down. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. On comes Ryan Fitzgerald and the Panthers field goal team here on 4th down. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. Fitzgerald sends this through. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
2 drives and both of them ending in points. You don't even mind you only got a field goal there, Kate. They got to be ecstatic, exactly the way they wanted to start this one.
Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Down the field, he's got Lamb. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunk of yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Lamb has another one. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running. Prescott now off the play fake. to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's second down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Back to the air, Prescott. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. George Pickens, the intended target. And things look tougher now with third and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Third and long. They're going to throw. He's got it, complete to Pickens. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. All right, now a timeout is called. 9 seconds to go in this half.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Throwing for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get their first points of this game just before halftime. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys cut it to a field goal game. So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. On the return, this is Etienne. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Off the play fake, hits Prescott. Finds him on the crossing route. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
This one's reeled in downfield by Ferguson. And after making a catch, he is decked quickly at the 38. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. New set of downs for him. Starts at the 38. Throwing on first is Prescott. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for Dallas. First down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here we go. 26.
1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Another throw for Prescott. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, Sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Offense isn't moving here. They are going for this on 4th and 1.
Here we go. Square leg.
Looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he makes the catch, but he will not get the feet down. Oh, Brock, that could have been a highlight reel touchdown. Instead, just an incompletion. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Running right side by McMillan. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Come on, set. 45. Watch. Set.
Now Young. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's going to be escorted out right along that 35-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ready up.
All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go. Here we ready.
Here's a give to Hubbard. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Lasers this one deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was Tanaroa McMillan he was looking for. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
And 8 yards to go.
Throw here, 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. New set of downs for him from the 31. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You can throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Prescott here from the gun. Hits him on the out route. Racing down the left side. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Downs 1st down.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
He has it at the 5! And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Dallas.
Brings it in. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Fullback trying to power it across. He runs it across. Touchdown. The Cowboys take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys take a 4-point lead.
14. Panthers 10. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, this is Etienne. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So we're through 3 here. It's the Panthers who have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Ready. Black. Hut.
Back to throw. Here's Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Blue striker. Hut. Hut.
Looking to throw. Young. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Short pass brought in. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
Ready.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go.
Up the middle, Hubbard. Get some space around midfield. Free inside the 30. And there's not going to be a score, but great effort. He's out of bounds inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
33. Yellow. 52 blaster. Ready.
Working inside the red zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
That is somebody it's tough to truly overthrow, but it can happen. And I know what he was thinking, Kate. I'm going to put this in the spot where only my guy gets it. Problem was, that spot was even too high for him.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal.
Come on. Set. Ready. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Young. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best phrase, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Buys time, rolling right. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 4th and goal. Big field goal try coming up here for Ryan Fitzgerald. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Tracking for it, and it's good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
I bet you, Kate, if we were down there right in his mind, as that ball sailed good through the uprights, his mind was already thinking about the next one. If this score holds and he gets another opportunity, well, the game could be on the line with that one.
Return coming from the 6. He's brought down just inside the 25. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. 1st down, here's Dak. This is thrown towards a defender instead. Man, he's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Again on 2nd and 10, Prescott. Off pass to Williams. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Man in motion here. Back to throw it. On the move, headed right. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Do you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop? We're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays. Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that out.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Working from the pistol, Prescott. This one falls incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He's back to throw. He's got it, complete to Pickens. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down. New set of downs for him from the 31. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. He's fine, Schoonmaker, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Cowboys holding just a 1-point advantage. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Now it's Prescott again. Right side, Ferguson's got it. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 10.
Running right, it's Williams. They give him 4 yards before he stops, Brock. It's 2nd down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys get some all-important insurance. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys grow their lead to 8.
Panthers 13. Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, this is Etienne. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Red, 38. Ready.
Back to throw. They connect on the deep shot. And he's got it all the way down to the 12.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Watch out now. 50.
Setting up to pass. And it's caught. It's a touchdown in the final minutes, and a 2-point play could force overtime. So there's part 1, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now you'd imagine comes a try for 2.
You know, Kate, this might be just as tough as that touchdown. I know they work all week on their 2-point plays, but they're hard to execute. That being said, if they want to force overtime, this is a must.
And that catch gets them to 2. We're all tied up here in the 4th. Woo, crisis averted, Brock. They got the 2 and the tie for now at least. It looks like they have staved off the L and forced themselves overtime.
Yeah, those 2 critical words you just said right there, for now, like for right now. But there's a lot more time on that clock than this defense would care to see. They got to step up. Offense just stepped up, got the two-point conversion. Now defense, you got to respond to send this game to overtime.
And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Into the hands of Pickett. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. We'll look to throw it. Completes it again to Pickens. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running. 2nd and manageable. He's throwing. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Dak throwing again. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. This one intended for the running back. So 2nd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Still 10 to go. It's 2nd down now from the 26. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. He's got it in the red zone. And he's right up next to that 1st down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
A 9-yard gain on the play.
So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. Everything now resting on this try from Brandon Aubrey. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. From the left hash, 34 yards away. That one is good! And he drills the chip shot to win them this game!